So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Watch me hit him with this 1-2 knockout KO.
Yo, what is up, everybody? You're tuning into FiveStar Friday. I am one of your hosts, Mr. FiveStar, and today, we have our new co-host, Mr. Fish. What is up, brother?
Howdy, howdy. The
Yes.
fantastic Mr. Fish coming at you live from Arkansas.
Oh, I like it. I like it. The fantastic Mr. Fish. That was off the top right there because look, we were just like, yo, we gotta have this little intro, and he was like, he was playing it cool, and then boom, we go live, and he's like, the fantastic.
I never have trouble coming up with stuff off the top of my head. I can ramble all day long. That's
I
not a
love
problem at all.
it. I love it. He came with the quickness. So we have a very awesome guest, Mr. Lonzo Starr, who is running just a tad bit behind. Hoping that he can hop in here soon and we can get started with the episode. But until then, we can show off maybe a little bit of the art that he shared with us of his character, the Acolyte. Fish, just looking at the images, I know you didn't get a real chance to get familiar with the character. What's your thoughts with just the design here?
I think he looks awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
he looks powerful. I was scrolling through Lonzo's page and saw a couple of pages out of the issue where he's advertising to sell it. And I mean, he looks really awesome. And I really
Yeah.
like the way that in just like a single panel, you get a real hint at how some of his powers work.
Yeah.
Like he's stopping a missile without even touching it, and like the bullets are being deflected before they even get to him. And I was like, that's neat. That's a neat, interesting take. Besides just I'm super tough and bulletproof. Like they're not even getting to me. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's some of my favorite stuff that I've seen about him so far.
When I'm looking at him, I get a Doctor Fate vibe,
Mm-hmm.
but like not like a copy, because I hate when people are like, oh, that looks like, because it's like, come on, man, like you automatically go for the kill shot. I'm not saying that. I just get that vibe, and I like those type of characters, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that vibe, but then you kind of get what's the character's name I'm looking for? Cloak and Dagger.
Oh
You kind
yeah,
of get the cloak feel
with the
a
hood
little.
and the cloak. And I
Yeah.
really like the take on the hood because I mean, like, there's a lot of hooded characters now because a lot of people are wearing hoodies and stuff, for a
Yeah.
generation now. So it's a much more common look than it was to see in a character like than when I was a kid. Skeletor was like one of the only people I ever saw with a hood running around. But I love the way that it comes down and like becomes a mask is really cool. I
Yeah.
really dig it.
I dig it. He's definitely a dope character. Uh, Hold on one second. I'm gonna try to message him and see um, where he's at. It looks like he's on here. He's got a mic working. See if he can get his camera rolling. Sometimes when you're dealing with these two
Always got to do
screens,
those tests, make sure the microphone's working,
I know. Yeah.
working. All kinds of little things that can go wrong in the process of trying to get ready.
Yeah, it's tough. So another, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do this. He said 2 minutes, so that's cool. We can just talk to y'all for a couple minutes here. I'm gonna share my screen again. So we got something new we're gonna do with that we're gonna put out there. We're gonna let people know about, see if they're interested in it. And it stemmed off a conversation that we was having during our little pre-show, getting things ready. Today, the awesome Mr. Joe Davis sent me some awesome fan art. I'm a fangirl when it comes to Joe Davis because he's played a pivotal part in FiveStar with just starting us off and putting that first pin up out there that really got people's attention. I share his concepts with when I sent Fish the stuff for FiveStar, it was
Absolutely beautiful
Joe Davis
stuff.
art, and he
Absolutely
did this fan art today. and he sent it to me like, bro, I was messing around. What do you think? And I was like, yes, here it is right here.
That is sweet, man.
Joe
That is so
Davis
clean.
killed it.
I
So
just
clean, bro. Yeah, super clean. I love the look for FiveStar here. I love Joe Davis's art. It's dope. So Fish was like, you know what you should do, and I was like, what, Fish? What should
you
we
should
do?
absolutely start running a contest for people to send in fan art because we'll be happy to share your
Yeah,
fan art. We'll share your Instagram, your Twitter, your
all
Facebook,
that,
whatever you want. If you've got some fan art of FiveStar or anything that we're working on, any of the
anything.
people that we're talking to, we'd love to
Yep.
see it and love to share it. That would
And
be
you know what we
awesome.
might do is we might go ahead and do where on our FiveStar group we'll share when we have a creator on, we'll share their characters, give you a chance to get familiar with them maybe like a week ahead, and give you a chance to send in fan art if you'd like to of the
Oh, that'd be
character.
fun. That'd be cool.
Gives people a little bit more time, and if they want to send it in, we'll definitely show. We'll show them. We'll shout you out. We'll tell people
Absolutely.
where they can find you. We'll tell people, go to this guy if you need this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
that'll
You
be
never know
dope.
when that's going to stir up a little more work. I mean, I was just doing some pinup covers and stuff for a buddy that I met working on a comic book, and then he hires me to do this 8-page story with his character Steelwolf and some of these other characters like FiveStar. Next thing you know, I'm illustrating the next issue of FiveStar. I'm illustrating Sentinels. Now I'm doing the Power Company. It's led to a whole career off of this because I was doing some pinups and stuff for my old buddy Eric. Gotta give you
Oh
a
yeah.
shout out, man. You know you deserve it.
Every episode, Eric,
Every
every
episode,
episode, you can't get
either
away
bragging
from
about
it.
him or Roy's work ethic or somebody's bragging about me. One of the
Yeah, he's always so modest about it.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
bro, stop. It's like, come on, bro. Let's
Hey
gonna
man,
get into the
praise where
comments a little
praise is
bit.
due.
Fish, can you see the comments?
No, I can't. Well, let me look. Let me click on this and see what I can see.
Go over to
Okay,
comment.
there we
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to do some spider squirrel. Oh, that's interesting. Y'all are gonna have to check out the next issue of Power Company when it comes out because Spider Squirrel's got a little cameo in there along with some other characters, and that was fun to get to draw. I was actually really excited about that. That there was a lot of neat characters that joined in that tier on the Kickstarter so that they could get their characters to show up as they're looking through all the different dimensions and stuff. Because that's to me, that's the brilliant idea behind Power Company. Because pulling this Justice League type group from all these different dimensions that all of our indie characters are from lets them pull from any book, lets them pull from anywhere, and your character can go back to your dimension and have regular adventures there. But getting to pull from all these different places and see all these wildly different characters is really awesome. And I was real excited because I've been watching for that Spider Squirrel Kickstarter to come up. I've seen some of the pages with Steel Wolf and Spider Squirrel, and it is awesome artwork, just hands down awesome. I was so excited when that Kickstarter came up, man. I backed that thing right away.
Hold
I'll
on
have
one
to do
second.
another
Sorry.
Spider Squirrel.
Having some. I'm working some stuff out with Lonzo over here.
Yeah, I thought we had him for a second there. I thought we
Yeah,
had him.
its camera for some reason is not connecting the right way for him. So, but that's
Oh
cool.
yeah.
We can still go through the comments, see what's happening. We appreciate everybody who's in here so far. Um, Let me see. Sometimes
How
with the two
about a fan
screens,
fiction contest?
oh, I could. Hey, we're listen, guys. Any ideas that you have, please drop them in the comments because we're open to try new stuff. I know we want to get into like a news segment, a little bit, maybe talk about some of the stuff that's going on um, in the nerd world.
Oh yeah, and there's always going to be something to talk about, something people are upset about something.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
never fails. People are
Yeah,
irate about something.
yeah. What about the Invincible final, bro?
Oh, dude, think more. Oh
Yeah.
man, and those memes just
Those
started.
memes, bro. God, bro, those
Oh,
memes
that
are
was
killing
so
the
funny.
game, dude. Oh my god, they are so funny.
Think Anakin, I had the high ground.
Yeah, I love that one. I seen
I
one. Joe
totally
Davis.
felt that though, man. I felt that from both sides. Like
Yeah,
I felt my dad yelling at me when I was a kid and I did something stupid. I felt, being the dad and being like, "What are you thinking? You nearly cut your fingers off in the table saw. Like you've got to think." Like I mean, I
yeah.
felt it from both sides.
It was
Oh,
it was a good it was a good moment, bro. Like the dad, like you said, the dad son chemistry there. Like I mean, of course he's a little like
oh, he's way out there, but they
yeah,
made it a very believable father son, chemistry relationship. We can relate to it because of all the things that they touched on that we have in common. So when they're dealing with these crazy outlandish things, it helps bring us into it because we understand the dynamic. We understand loving your dad, but seeing him as a hero and then being disappointed when you find out like all those kind of things we can relate to. So even though, my dad might not have been saving the entire world, or I don't want to say too much and spoil it for those that haven't seen it yet, but
yeah,
like, my dad's not a superhero, but I can still relate to
right,
those
right,
father
right,
son things.
yeah. Yeah, it
And
was dope, bro. And then one of my favorites, Joe Davis, actually shared it. It was the GTA one, and it was like what's the dude's name in the game? It was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and he's like, thanks, CJ. All you had to do was follow the train." And I was like, dude, it took me back to my childhood with that one, like, because me and my brothers would stay up playing that game so much. That part was that one did it for me. I seen one. It was like the Goofy movie where they had Goofy talking to Max. I've seen it. It's crazy, bro. People are killing it. The
man, and
internet
they're
never
so
fails.
quick with it too.
Yeah,
That's what gets me. And I mean, everybody's got different skills and different talents. And I can crack jokes left and right, like in person when we're talking about something. I can crack jokes, but sitting down and trying to like be funny on purpose and think up a meme is out of my wheelhouse. That is just not something I'm good at. But I am always amazed at how fast and quick some of these people can come up with really clever stuff.
I know it's wild, bro. It is.
It really.
It's just it's. I think of that with everything though. It's like something happens in a game, and it's like 2 seconds after it happened on a game, like sports game. It's like boom, the memes, the all this is just flooding in. It's like these people had early access or something, and are just
And I
like
mean,
they,
sometimes the first ones are knocking off something else. Like a lot of
yeah,
times they'll be knocking off the Kermit meme, sipping the tea or something, and they'll take the
right,
easy shots first. And those,
yeah,
but there will be some really clever stuff come out really quickly, and I'm impressed with y'all. Y'all that come up with that stuff, my hats off to you. I respect you. We've all got different skills. You
yeah,
know,
for
maybe
sure.
y'all can't knock out comic book pages per day like I do, but I
Hey,
respect your mad meme skills. Absolutely.
dang, what can I do? I don't know. I need a skill. I need a skill that I can knock stuff out quick like that. I don't think I.
I've seen those videos of you on the grill, man.
That's
Like
true.
you've
Hey,
got
there you
the
go. Yeah. Okay.
straight
Okay.
comic book. You're pulling the Cinco de Mayo at work with the
Yeah, that's
clients.
true. That's true. Yeah.
You got some mad skills on that grill, man, making me hungry. Like right after I ate dinner, because you're an hour ahead of me. Like
Yeah.
I've ate dinner, and then you're busting out these grill videos. I'm like, I could go for a pork chop.
Yeah. Yeah. Last it was last summer I'm like, I want to try this grill thing out. I want to try, see what I can throw on there. And yeah, it just started coming together. I like to try new things on there. I keep telling my wife like I'm about to go to Jungle Gyms, and I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a big store that has just pretty much anything food related you can think of, and
Oh yeah.
I want to go there. It's like a big supermarket, and just grab like a whole gator and throw on that thing,
Oh
like
yeah.
just something wild, like something crazy, like. Let me just go ahead and get like a whole, like a little. They got these little miniature gators, and I just want to throw a gator on the grill and see what it tastes like. I don't know. I just want to try a
Now
different thing.
I'm a country boy, so like I've ate gator and done right, it ain't bad. I mean,
Yeah,
the funny thing is, like the first time we got, every town has their festival in the summer, and everybody comes down for it. Ours is Toad Suck Days, and the first time I went to Toad Suck Days, we were checking stuff out, and there was this booth. They had like fried chicken on a stick, and they had this and that, and they had fried gator on a stick. And I was like, oh, I am getting me some gator. And I ate it, and it was the juiciest, most tender, most delicious meat. Man, had me craving gator so bad. If I saw one on the side of the road, I'd likely would have jumped on that sucker and tried to eat it. I
dang,
went back
dang, fish.
after a year, and I got gator on a stick there, and it was tough, and it was chewy and rubbery,
And
and
you were
it
like,
was
nah.
never as good as that first time. And then I realized they gave me chicken the first time by mistake.
Ah, dang,
I've ate a lot
bro.
of gator there since, but it was never as good as that chicken was when I
Yeah,
thought it
that
would
gator
be.
wasn't as good as that chicken. I still want to try it. Lonzo said give him a couple seconds. He's trying to reboot, trying to set up. I told him he can set up on his phone. You know, it happens to the best of us, but
Oh
we're gonna
yeah.
keep it. We're gonna keep it rolling.
This is the first time I actually get to be on my new computer. I get to sit in my chair and be comfortable,
Yeah.
and you get to see my wall of awesomeness behind me with some of the comics and posters and whatnot that I've worked on.
Look, I'm trying to point to you, and this is me pointing
It
to
goes the
you.
wrong way, yeah, absolutely. Because I'm trying to
Yeet.
point to you, and it's that way.
Yeah. It's all right, guys. We'll get our chemistry together. I'll know that if I need to point, I need to point the opposite. It's all good. But
Yeah,
I love your wall, bro. It came together really good, man. I like your whole setup. It's looking good.
yeah, it's nice. And I don't know if y'all can see it. Got uh, 5-star stuff over here. The light's a little bright, but got 5-star issue 3. Got the 5-star poster.
Yeah, who
Got
did the art on those?
Oh, I don't know. Some unknown dude. Some unknown dude. I don't know. Has some weird name like Frog or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
some kind of animal.
Man, you would be surprised how many times people come up to me and they're like, "I know Frog, right?" And I'm like, "That's pretty close, but no, that's not it. It ain't."
Not frog, not quite. Not quite.
I had a dude the other day look at me and he was and straight up, I had talked to this guy like probably once a week, chit chatting and whatnot for 2 or 3 months. And he was nervous and whatnot, and he was leading this meeting, and he looks over at me dead in the eyes, and he's like, "Well, Moose, you always have a lot to say." And I just stared at him, and the lady behind me just died laughing, and she's like, "His name's Fish." And then it clicked what he had done, and he just died. He was so red faced and so
That's
embarrassed.
hilarious,
Like,
bro.
I have wanted to call him Moose ever since, but he was so embarrassed, I think it would hurt his feelings. And
Yeah,
I'll crack
you
jokes
didn't want
off
to
of it,
add injury to
but if it
insult
hurts your feelings, I'm not going to do it. And
insult to
so,
injury.
but man,
Share. I'm
that
about
was
to share your
so
screen,
cool.
bro. Can I share your screen?
Yeah, man, go nuts.
Look what Fish is working on as he's just chilling here,
Just sitting here piddling,
piddling
we
around,
showing off
drawing
some
some
5-star
five
fan art
star.
got me thinking, and I've
Yeah,
kind of been chilling out and taking it easy since I got my second COVID shot,
yeah.
and haven't. And I've also been setting up my new computer and whatnot, trying to work the bugs out. And so I was like, I really haven't drawn anything in a couple of days, so let me work on a little 5-star while we're chit chatting.
I love it. FiveStar issue 4 will begin production very soon, but not soon. I should say soon, but not soon.
As soon as we can get to it with all the other things that are going on and the other books that got to get done. And
Yeah, man. Fish, they keep you busy, bro.
yeah, I have straight up been busy.
which is
And
good. Never a bad thing.
oh no, there's absolutely much, much, much worse problems to have than being busy.
For sure. All right, so I'm thinking my buddy Lonzo is ready. He's going to actually just be voice only. So we're gonna add him in now. What's up, Lonzo?
Yo, 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 what's going on, man?
Hey
What's
man,
happening, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. Sorry about the technical difficulties, bro. I don't know what's going on. I just
Hey,
did an interview not too long ago too.
it's all right, man. It happens. It's all good. We're not pressed about it. So, Mr. Lonzo Starr,
Yes, sir.
tell the people a little bit about yourself. What is it you do? Some of your projects that you're working on.
So my name is Lonzo Starr. For those of you who don't know, I am the founder and CEO of Concrete Comics and the creator of The Legend of Acolyte. And I got a new book that's gonna be announced real soon. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I'm the creative director of Concrete Comics.
and
Love
y'all
it,
got
bro.
several books out now, don't you?
Yes, sir. I actually just got the test print back for the Watchmen. So I actually got it all here. I wanted to show you guys all the books and everything. I'm like mad salty right now.
That's a shame.
Hey, it's all right, man. We're showing some pictures of the Acolyte that you had sent me, and we were talking earlier, man. He is just a dope looking character, bro. Like
Hey,
when
I appreciate that, man.
visuals, when you see this guy, you're like, yeah, he's a badass. You
Oh
can
yeah,
already tell.
he looks
Um,
powerful. It just strikes a striking image. The symbol on his chest, the power coming off of him, the whole
Right,
thing
right,
looks so
right.
sharp, man. It's well
so
designed.
tell us a little bit about the character.
So, The Legend of Acolyte is a story about a young man who finds out that he shares the DNA with an ancient celestial, and he has to travel to go and see what that's about. So, when he gets this power awakened in him, he's told who he is and what he's connected to and what his purpose is. So, he serves as a guardian of the cosmos, and Earth is his home base. That's where he's from. He's a human. He just shares the DNA with a ancient celestial, so that's what makes him extraordinary. But the Acolyte story is a story about being a human. You often feel like we're less than. You know what I'm saying? And in every movie we watch, it's always some super intelligent race that's way above us, destroying us and way smarter than us. So I wanted to share the message that we humans also got something special inside of us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
that's cool. That's cool. That's
Love
inspiring.
it.
And it's
yes,
it's
sir.
nice that the hero, the power doesn't have to come from, like another planet or something. It can be inside of us. I like that.
Yes, sir.
Dig it. You also just ran a Kickstarter for the Watchmen, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what was the outcome of that?
That was successful, man. Thank goodness. It was
Yeah,
our it's always nerve wracking putting out a brand new book. You know what I'm saying? So just
yeah,
hopefully that the fans were acceptive of it and they really like the image, they really like the character and what he's about. So that was definitely successful. Shout out to Lyle Ringo for the character.
yeah. He's a So he's a street level character, correct?
Yeah, 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 man. If you like like Daredevil and Nightwing type of stories like that, he's definitely going to be in that vein, and he's going to speak to those people that really love those street level heroes that are just nitty and gritty, you know.
Yeah.
hmm
See,
I
go ahead,
I
go ahead,
always
Fish.
like those characters.
I was about to say the same thing, bro. I Those characters and them stories, I love them kind of, because growing up, Ninja, I know they're street level, even though they're turtles, they're street level. But I just love that villains, bro. The street level villains are what do it for me, I guess.
Yeah, I feel on that, man. Street level characters, they're more relatable because we can really imagine somebody running around beating people down, you know what I'm saying?
hmm
And
Yeah,
jumping
Well,
off of
that's the
buildings
thing.
and
Like
taking the law into their own hands. You know what
I
I mean?
could always pretend I was Batman out on the playground and I could swing from the handlebars on the playground and stuff, and I could hang upside down by my knees.
Yeah.
I could, chunk sticks and pretend they're batarangs. It's kind of hard to, swing from webs. It's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah.
But, like those
Yeah.
street level dudes, it was easier to pretend to be that. And that always made it so aspirational for me. It was
Yeah.
easier to dream that that's me or that could be me. And that made the story so much more exciting. Which, like I know a lot of people like really get into characters like Thor and stuff, but I had a harder time, you know, connecting with characters like that. But like Daredevil and Batman and stuff like that, I could see myself in those guys, and it made them so much more exciting to me.
For sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Love both. I love the characters you're doing. So what? So you have the two books. You have the Acolyte out, and what issue is it on currently?
Well, I'm about to drop number 3.
Number 3.
Wow. Good
Nice.
deal, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm dropping number 3 in I think in June. So number 3 Acolytes coming, number 3 of Odina's coming right after, and number 3 of Absolvers coming right after that.
Man, you are killing it, bro. You're putting out. Are you planning on putting them all out this year?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is we're trying to attempt to do like at least one book every 2 months, but
Nice.
you know what I mean, it's all about
That's
that
impressive.
preparation,
Mm-hmm.
preparation. But with The Watchmen is the newest title, and then we got Andy Starboy. He dropped his number 1 in December, and we just added Decimation Earth to Concrete Comics as well by David Rucker.
Nice.
That's
So
impressive work, man.
yeah, for sure. And what out of these
I
titles?
appreciate
Which titles do you write? Which titles do you personally write?
So I personally am the creator and writer of The Acolyte, and I have another title coming out called Zoriel. She's like she's like a mixture of like Blade and the Punisher. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
but she more so deals with demons and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of like a Blade and a Constantine. Should I say?
Oh, okay. So with all the books that are coming out under your comic label, are these all tied? Is it a tied universe, or are we going to see crossovers?
They're all in the same universe in the same world. Like Absolver, he's in Jersey City, whereas my character he's in Philadelphia, and Odina's in Atlanta. The Watchman, he's in Chicago. So
Nice.
and eventually you will see them start sharing pages, but right now it's more so about developing these characters individually and making sure we can create fan bases with each character, so that when we do a collab, it makes sense. It's not just thrown in there. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, it's the same world, but they're all on their own turf. They've all got
Exactly.
their own place to grow and to figure out who they are and what's going on. Like I imagine it would have to be really hard to try and be an up and coming superhero like in Metropolis.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Swooping in
Hell
and
yeah.
save the day and grab the train and catch the plane. A street level dude's gonna have a hard time finding something to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you go over to Gotham and you got some room to stretch your wings.
Yeah, I definitely feel on that. Like each title of Concrete is supposed to act as an entry point to the universe. When you look at each character, they kind of represent a different aspect of our universe, from the street level with the Watchmen to Andy Starboy kind of represents the multi-dimensional Earths. He's from an Earth, but not our Earth. And then you got Absolver. He's like the embodiment of heaven and hell and everything in between. Odina's more on that X-Men military base level, dealing with street stuff. And then Acolyte, he's more of the cosmic superhero. So like with all of these stories and books combined, you kind of get an aspect of our whole universe, from the cosmos to the spiritual to the street level to just the regular in your face government blowing up stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. It's good to have that range. I mean, to me, world building can be one of the most difficult parts of of creating, comics.
Right.
a lot of people tend to just focus on their character and that story, but it's like what's going on in their world, you know? Are they, is it the same what's going on here? When you're working, especially when you're working with multiple people, because, you know, some people might not want to have magic per se in their universe to what
Right.
somebody else does. So was that, you know, working with a team that you're on and everybody, it's different if you were writing all the books, I guess. But now that you're
Yeah.
working with other people, did you guys have any issues with what was going to be in the world, what wasn't going to be in the world, or has it just worked pretty smoothly for you?
Well, it worked pretty smoothly because, you know, there is universal laws. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's a lot of looseness to our universe, so you can do whatever you want. Just like stuff like blowing up the moon or something like that. That's something we all got to talk about because that's gonna show up in everybody's story. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
Yeah, you
just
can't
something.
not address that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So just like it's very open. We're all real close friends too. So, you know, like sometimes I may have to read, you know, one of the other books, and then they read mine, and then we see where to tie in little Easter eggs, little sneak peeks of that character in my story, and, you know, vice versa. So it's fun because we're kind of world building together rather than just me doing it by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I
For
take
sure.
some elements.
Little hints that show that we're going on in the same place, the same
Exactly.
companies, the same underlying, you know, evil
Exactly.
organizations and whatnot, you know, are going
Yeah.
without being, you know, like, oh, look,
Yeah.
there goes his character.
Yeah. Like prime example, I think in Absolver issue 3, the news reporting is talking about something that happened in Sapphire City where like aliens came and the superhero named Acolyte was fighting them. But it's just to show, like, you know, the world just now noticed that there's aliens now and they happen, but not in this Absolver story. So he just lightly grazes over it on like a TV screen. You know what I'm saying? So it's just showing that light connectivity without having to be too heavy with it. You know?
Nice. I like that because, you know, what I love about indie comics is you can't go, you know, you can't, like, I can pick up an issue of the Acolyte, and it's not like I can go to Wiki and learn everything about the character like I could if I picked up a Spider-Man book. I have to wait for it, and that's what I love about the indie comics. It gives you more of as a writer, you get to tie in your own stuff, and really people can't be spoiled by it until you put it out.
Right.
On the downside of that, it's like you sometimes, because you're so familiar. I know with mine, like issue 2, FiveStar, I featured Captain Ultimate. He was kind of doing like a news report thing, but I didn't put his name on there. And somebody's like, "You should have just put his name on there because it's not like we know his name, you know."
Yeah.
And it's
I
like,
know exactly what you mean.
That's something that I see a lot in small time indie comics is like you've had this story going in your head for so long and you know everything about this world. I know, you know, why the rats always run to the left instead of the right. I know how the lights work. I know all this stuff. But you forget sometimes that everybody else doesn't know that. Like all I'm seeing is this book that you gave me. And if you don't explain it in this book or give me enough clues that I can figure it out myself, I'm not going to know what's going on.
yeah,
And a lot of times I see, especially with new writers that are just like, well, I know what's going on, so you should know. And we don't know that. If you don't tell me, I'm not going to know.
right.
Yeah, I know just what you mean. Actually, first time I read FiveStar issue 1, I actually liked that. You know, I saw him in his costume from the rip. So that's one of the things with indie comics is that we don't really have the time to give you that long drawn out origin story of them as a child and them growing up. Because, you know what I mean? Like, some people may not stick around to see him not get his suit till issue 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
our issue 1 gotta be impactful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like
Absolutely.
just really strategizing. Like for me, for instance, my issue 1 is an origin, but it's literally like the last chapter of his origin because I wanted to leave room for to go back to the beginning to show you how he really got to this point. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I knew people may have really liked the origin story, but they want to see what our characters can do kind of early. So I
Hmm.
wanted to give them something quick, you know. And now that they're interested, now I start spoon feeding and start slowing the story down and building all the twists and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And it's hard to balance that, like you said, with indie comics. It's hard to balance, how much action do I put into one issue versus how much, meat and bones and story do I put into one issue.
Mhm.
It can be really tough at times to, how much, with FiveStar, I already knew like I'm going to tell the full backstory in the first 5 issues because I just don't want to bore people because, with FiveStar, he doesn't have his backstory, a lot of it, he doesn't have the powers up until the last very moment. So it's like,
Hmm.
I don't want to, like you said, are people going to wait around till issue 5 to get the whole scoop, or
Right.
I'm going to have to feed them pieces of it with that action that draws them in? Because a lot of people do, we like the story, but we still like to see that action in the comics as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I definitely feel you, man. And I guess that's like the thrill of that first book, you know,
Yeah.
not knowing what people are gonna really receive from it. So that's why it's really good to have like a nice little council of people that you trust to read your
Hmm.
book and give you positive feedback. You know
People
what I'm
that'll
saying?
be honest with you too, because
Exactly.
that's important. Like having somebody that'll give you positive feedback
Yeah.
is one
Yeah.
thing. Somebody give you honest feedback is a whole
Hmm.
nother thing. Because
Hmm.
like it can be hard to hurt somebody's feelings, but
Oh yeah.
sometimes like we gotta have a tough skin. And oh man, a buddy of mine, I had him reading over T Man when I did it, and I specifically had like him and his wife and some other people that don't read comics read over
Hmm.
my script and stuff beforehand, because there's a lot of shorthand that we're used to in comic books that new readers aren't. And I knew in my book it was specifically going to be aimed at new readers that may not have read comics before. So I wanted to make sure if it makes sense to these guys, then it's going to make sense, to a kid that's reading it for the first time.
Right.
And they called me out on a lot of things like, hey, this doesn't make sense. And some of it took some rewriting, but it's good that we did that because it came out to be a much better product in the end than it would have been otherwise.
Oh yeah, I dig that. So how did you deal with the people that may have had input but they didn't understand what you were trying to do until they saw it? Because you know what I'm saying, a lot of people didn't understand the
Yeah, I
full
mean, like
vision I had when I
sometimes you got
started.
to
You know what I
stand
mean?
your ground and be like,
Hmm.
all right, maybe you don't understand what I'm trying to do, but you've also got to be willing to listen to that
Right.
and really ask yourself, is their criticism accurate? And one
Hmm.
thing I've learned to take to heart is, okay, maybe that's not what I intended. Maybe Tony read this completely wrong in what I
Yeah.
illustrated. But if Tony read it that way, there's probably 200 other Tonys out there that are going to see it that way.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
even if that's not what I intended, even if Tony read it and thought, T Man was a bad guy, that may not be the way I intended it, but if he sees it that way, other people are too. And I'm
Hmm.
not going to be there to explain it like I am to Tony. So
Yeah.
maybe I need to take a hard look and see if there's something I can tweak to make my message clearer. Sometimes people just aren't getting what you're saying. Sometimes you're arguing over silly stuff. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
the lady I had checking on my dialogue and stuff because I'm a terrible speller. Like she's like,
Hmm.
"Well, no, this isn't grammatically correct," and I was like, "I know that's not grammatically correct, but that's the way people talk." And
Hmm.
no kid in middle school is going to be saying, "Oh, forsooth, how art thou?" Like
Yeah.
nobody's using the Queen's
Yeah.
English.
Right.
So, like sometimes having things grammatically incorrect goes to tell me who this character is. Little things like that are one thing, but like if they're missing a big part of the story,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to really ask myself, am I telling this story clearly? And
Mm.
and it's my job to tell it clearly. It's my job to make it awesome.
Yeah.
It's my job, to make you interested. But if I'm not telling it clearly, there's a problem. And
Yeah, I totally dig that, man. I think that's the main reason a lot of indie creators need to understand the importance of having a proper editor. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
in the different stages of editing. Because even before you go to the drawing of the book, your script has to be edited then to make sure it's making sense. There's no plot holes and all that stuff like that.
Oh
And
yeah.
then after the art, you do another editing of the art now if it makes sense, if the pages are telling the story you want, if something's wrong, there's so much editing. Like that's like
Yeah.
90% of a good product. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And a good book will go through that, and somebody who's convinced that they don't need an editor is probably the person that needs it the most.
Yeah.
Exactly,
And
Yeah.
man.
I
and I
agree.
Yeah.
remember thinking that too. I was like, why do I need an editor? I've read so many comic books, blah blah blah. But like having those
Yeah.
friends go through it as a team of editors per se, like they're not professional comic book editors, but they really pulled out some things that I didn't see, that I was oblivious to,
Mhm.
because I know the whole
Yeah.
book, I know the story, I know what everybody's motivations are. It was clear to me, but if it's not clear to them on the page, I had to make changes, and I did. And like my script, I went through like four rewrites on the script before I ever started, putting pencil to paper on drawings. And there were some things I had to go back and redraw. The book I'm working on right now, I got Chuck Panoa editing it for me, along with having some other friends, read over it that I trust. And like I had drawn this one panel of one of the characters crawling out of, the shadows, and is really cool image. But he was like, he's just crawling out of nowhere. We have no context clues to tell where he's coming from and where he is in relation to everybody else. I was
Hmm.
like, that means I have to redraw this whole quarter of the page. But you know what? It needs to be redrawn. So I
Yeah.
scrapped that panel and turned the angle around, and now you can see him crawling out, and you can see the cops in the distance, and the cop car, and the little girl, and all this stuff. You know where he is in relation to everybody else now. And sometimes you need that. You need somebody that can say, let's make this tweak and it'll be better. And I'd rather it be better than it be my
Yeah.
way, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I feel on that. I'm all about that too, man. Just like at the end of the day, I just want the best product I can possibly get. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I want people to really pick apart my book before I put it out to the world. Because once it's in the world, what I mean,
Yeah.
They're going to
they
pick
gonna
it
tear
apart
that
for
ass
you.
up. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they're gonna tear
Once,
it apart. I mean,
yeah.
and
Oh,
I had that going in with with FiveStar one. For me, it was like, bro, I gotta put something out. I want to put something out. I want to put something out. And
Yeah.
I got that. The people commented on the art, people commented on the lettering, people commented on, they liked the book, and they see the potential in it. But I think that's something big too with indie comics. We gotta grow. And I feel
Yeah.
like issue one, a FiveStar might not be where like I wanted it to be, but issue two got a little better. Issue three definitely has got a lot better. Writing and art and just tying everything together. Um,
Yeah.
so Lonzo, with you, what inspired you to be a writer? I mean, what have you always liked comics? Have you just always been into that, or was there something that sparked with you that made you want to start telling stories?
So I've always been in the comics, but as you grow up in your teenage years and early 20s, all that kind of left me at that time. But
Hmm.
as a music producer, I'm always just looking around, looking at stuff. And my friend has sent me, it was like an animation of this character named Dark Eagle. And I seen the animation. It didn't have like no sound or nothing like that. And I just wanted to do the theme song. So I contacted the guy, and I realized he was an independent comic creator from my city. And that was the first time I ever seen an indie comic.
Yeah,
Um, this was in I would say 2017. So it was 2017 was my first time ever seeing like an indie comic from somebody that lived in my area. That I mean, a young black man that was just out here doing it, and I was blown
mm,
away. So when I hit him up, he actually told me no to do his theme song. But I told him, I said, listen, man, I'm not charging you. I just want to do it. I'm inspired by your character. So he said, okay. And he sent me
yeah,
his script. And it was when I read the script to know the character so I can, write the proper song. That's
yeah,
when I realized how similar writing a song and writing a script was. And
yeah.
that's what like sparked my mind to like, oh snap, I can write a comic. Because I saw the format, and that was it right there. Like as soon as I
Realize
seen
this
that,
is
it
something
was
I can do.
Look, as soon as I seen that, it just like all my childhood dreams of making a comic rushed to me because now things are
Hmm.
different. That I got money, so I
Yeah,
can put
yeah, yeah.
put money behind doing something like that. So that's when I just started researching and finding all kind of stuff out and running into guys like you. And I ran somehow I got found out. I found myself in the Powerverse group
Nice.
and short fuses up in there, Evos, all. I see what I'm saying. I just
Mm,
saw everything, and that just really just blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? And it started from there.
nice. I love that, man. And the thing, it's funny that you say that because I'm the uh I've always loved comics myself. I was always big into cartoons when I was a kid. And I did the music thing too for a little while. I used to be a hip hop artist. I went by Young Adley.
Hmm.
Um, and when I came back, I was still doing the music, and I was like, I'm going to do this comic thing too. Quickly realized that personally, I couldn't do both financially, because when you're trying to do stuff, money can only go so far. You got to kind of pick and choose until you get to that level. Um, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put the music on the back burner for a little bit, and then I just jumped into comics, and I agree. When you're doing song, you're telling a story with your lyrics, and it is similar. It's very similar when you're writing a song and writing a comic. So I dig that you said that because I've always felt that same way with that.
Yeah, man, it's true. Like even setting up your bars and how you want your punchlines to hit and all that stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that is very similar to how you want the action to hit in the story. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
how you set up the panels. It's just like setting up a punchline when you're rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like setting up that impact bar, throwing in a little sneaky bar. That catches him off
Yeah.
guard. That sets up for the next page.
Yeah.
To me,
Oh
that's
yeah,
like
the way
really
you draw
structured. You
people
know what I mean?
in, make them interested, make them care
Make
about
them,
this story
yeah.
that you're. That's like I never cease to be amazed. I'll be watching shows with my son, and 30 minutes after through this TV show, you have made me care about a character that I didn't know existed before, and now I'm
Yeah.
crying that this person
Hmm.
died,
Yeah.
and then we will start tearing it apart and be like, how did they make me care about this character so quickly? What
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
did they do? What little things did they play on that that tie into some of those things that we all feel? We all know what it's like to care about a sibling, and we all know what it's
Hmm.
like to lose a parent, and they tie into those things and make me care about this person like I've known them my whole life, and now I'm weeping at the end of this episode because they died. I freaking love that,
Yeah.
and
That's the art of.
that's what I want to do in my stories. I want you to care. I want you to feel. I want you to get pulled in. And
Yeah. So Lonzo, I don't want to keep you too long, buddy. I usually ask people this question: if you could
Hmm.
write a comic in the big two, a character, who would it be?
Um, for me, it'd probably be Martian Manhunter.
Nice.
interesting. Why?
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite characters just because of his dynamics. Like he's basically the Black Superman for real, for real.
Yep.
When you really think about it on an alien standpoint, you know what I'm saying
Yeah.
he can't just walk around like himself because it makes people uncomfortable. And
Hmm.
and I felt that, you know what I'm saying? I felt that vibe to Martian Manhunter. And
If you
I've
look
read
at the
some
way he
really,
really looks, he's going to
yeah,
terrify everybody around him,
he's gonna
even though
terrify
he ain't
everybody.
doing nothing.
I
Absolutely,
like
So
that.
I can
so
see
like
that.
how psychologically messed up is that for him to know? Like I
Hmm.
can't even be myself because
Hmm.
he can't even be himself around the Justice League. You know what I'm saying? He looks a different way.
He
You know
still
what I'm
has to humanize himself, and
saying?
he
Yeah.
Exactly.
has to keep
Just
up
to
a
make
look and
others
an
comfortable.
appearance to make them
S-
comfortable with him. Oh man,
Yeah. I like
So
that. That's
oh,
big, bro. That's and
so
it.
give me
you know what I'm saying?
goosebumps thinking about it. I've never thought about him that way, man.
That's
That's
what I'm saying. So like me right Martian Manhunter, I would make him completely unapologetic, just walking around in his true form. You know what I mean? Just
mhm.
large head, skinny arms and body, just
Man.
doing what he do. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
He
I
has
like
suddenly
that.
become such more of a tragic figure to me than
Yeah.
I'm
he ever
telling you,
has
man.
been before. Because I mean, and like when you think about like in some of the storylines, like in the cartoons, he went off and got married and like had a life.
Yeah.
like cares about people here, but you can never really show yourself to anybody who you really are
Mm-hmm.
without them being terrified and running in fear.
Yeah.
That would be so lonely and isolating.
Think about
Yeah.
it, man. Exactly.
Oh
I dig
man.
that, bro.
Exactly.
That's yeah, I like that, man. I like you don't hear that character often for people to be like, "Oh yeah, I'd like to write that." But I love the dynamic and the thought process that you've put behind that. Um, Another one that I like to do is as far as indie characters go, do you have characters that you see that other creators have put out and you're like, "Man, I wish that was my character."
So no pun, no like joking, right? So I mean, I'm all about swag and drip, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm the self-proclaimed snack daddy out here,
I seen
and
that. Yeah.
and I love 5-star swag, like just the way he's laid out is something that I could see myself wearing. You know what I'm saying? Just going out there
Appreciate
and
that.
flying around like that. So, and he always got a fresh lineup, fresh haircut.
Yeah,
I
that was
gotta
important to
appreciate
me.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't draw hairlines right, but his is always on
Yeah.
point. Um, I definitely like that character a lot. There's so many characters though, man. Like
I know. Yeah, it's tough.
so I love lumberjacks too.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
he's he's pretty glorious. He's
Yeah,
he's
for
definitely
sure.
dope. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Um, man, there's so many, bro. Like it's hard to name. Oh, you know who else I like? I like the lead character for Crescent City Monsters, man. I like his swag too.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
man.
yeah,
It's funny that you say that about 5-star because the hairline, the hair is always so important to me when I'm telling the artist. Like I'm like, please. And I don't know if it's because and I'm not like saying anything about me, but like I'm super particular about my hair. I get my hair cut every 2 weeks by the same barber. I don't go to other barbers. Like I'm always faded up with the hard part. Like I gotta have it.
yeah,
And I know, and a lot of my friends are the same way. I would go to the barbershop with my friends and his dad early in life, and it was like, let's get tapered and all this stuff. And so it was important to me. I'm like, yo, 5-star's got to have a fresh cut, or like it's not him. Like my character's got to have a fresh cut. So it's funny that you say that, bro, because it's something that's really important to me when I'm talking to the artists.
I ain't gonna
Those are
lie,
the
man. A
types of
lot of
things
that,
though that really show you who a character is.
Yeah.
Because like some people
yeah,
really care about that kind of stuff. Other people don't.
Don't. Yeah.
yeah,
Like that's one thing I enjoy about drawing Steel Wolf for Eric, and in the Power Company and stuff is like he's got long hair, he's got the little chin beard. I'm like, I had that exact look like in college
yeah.
and high school. Like I
Yeah.
know how that hair works. I know what it does. I know like how you got to constantly be putting it behind your ears or stuff, and
Oh
um,
yeah,
and getting to show the way it moves and the way it does, like I can connect to that,
Yeah.
and it makes it interesting. And I
yeah. I
love
feel
I
you on
love getting
that.
to draw 5 stars hair and getting to show those clean, sharp edges and stuff. And
I love.
treat
Yeah.
Hey man,
treat people
I
well.
definitely applaud you on his hairline, brother. For real. But I would go to the barber and say, I need that 5-star, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. I have a best friend that is a barber, owns his own barber shop, and I plan on incorporating him in one of the issues. And 5-star is gonna be sitting in that barber chair because a lot of people say stuff about his hair, like, man, his hair is always so crispy. So it's like I gotta have a part in the comic where you see him sitting down in that barber chair, and since his identity is known, it can be his close barber that he's always went to because there's nothing like that relationship. People who get their haircut often know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about when you have that relationship with your barber. So
Oh man, that's why I cut my own hair now. Cause like the last
Hey,
barber I had that I liked was like 3 hours away from here. When I first moved here, I would schedule trips back down home just to get her to cut my hair.
yeah,
And but that got too expensive too quick. So,
yeah,
now I just myself.
yeah. All right,
hell
Lonzo,
yeah, man.
man.
I definitely dig you guys on that. I was actually gonna say when I created Acolyte, I made him after me back before I had my long dreads and stuff like that. So I gave him like all of my all of my features, my mustache, my goatee, and
Yeah,
everything.
I can
And
see
then I
that.
just
I can
kind of
see that.
kind of just swagged them on after that. But no, I definitely love what you guys are doing with FiveStar. And I'll be honest, I think that if you did like a limited edition cover of him in that barber chair, that might be lit.
Yeah, hey,
You
that's
know what I'm
always
saying?
yeah, man. That might be a good idea, bro. I appreciate it. I'm always and you caught my attention with something else. Do you still produce music now?
Yeah, I do. I did I think I did a theme song for that character that Chris Thomas did, Bass
Clarity Girl,
Force.
Bass Force. Okay, yeah, yeah.
I think I did a theme for him, and I do a lot of themes for the blur bloggers now. So yeah, I still get
Nice,
it in. I actually, but I so the character I have, he's a music producer in the comics. So I'm gonna be dropping
nice.
some music for him and stuff like that as well. You know what I mean?
Cool.
I've actually reached out to a few local artists in my city trying to just give love because I know how hard it can be as a local artist to get out there, and I'm always down to help any kind of local artist I can.
Hmm.
Uh, but I might have to contact you about a FiveStar theme song, and I might even be like, "Yo, send me the track so I can hop on a verse."
Hey, listen, I'll be
Because
down, man. I'll definitely be down for that, bro.
I've always said whoever does the song is fine. You come up with the hook, you come up with everything, and just leave me that fresh 16 for I can drop a verse on there because I gotta drop a verse on my own superheroes theme song for sure.
Hey, bro, I'm a producer first, but I rap, but I love to get my Dr. Dre on. So I make the beat, man, and I just, you know, what I mean, I'll step back, you know.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. Yeah, I'll reach out to you about that, bro, for sure. We'll
All
make it
right,
happen.
say less, man.
Man, we appreciate everybody who's rocked with us this whole time. I know we had a few little technical difficulties at the beginning, but that sort of thing happens. Me and Fish kept it going. I want to thank Lonzo for hopping on, man. It's been awesome talking to you.
Absolutely, King.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there
Yes,
anything
sir.
that you want to leave with the people before we go?
Um, I just want y'all to stay creative out here, man. Just keep it going. You know, the community motivates me. You know, it keeps me going up. Seeing what you guys doing with this show motivates me to, you know, continue doing my IG lives and stuff like that. And, you know,
Nice.
just keeping this positive energy out there and also giving your platform up for other creators to come on and talk about their brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It takes a big man to do that. So I mean, I just appreciate you guys. Concrete Comics got a lot coming out. We got some new books. The Watchmen's about to hit the store. Decimation Earth's about to hit the store. Acolyte 3, Kickstarter's coming, which I will be hollering at you about FiveStar because I might got to do something with you on there. And
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
and yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. Shout out to the squad and the gang. You know,
Gang, gang. All right.
Man, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with how much y'all have been getting out and putting together. This many books getting knocked out this
Yeah,
quickly, and only really gotten in on the game so recently.
yeah.
That's I'm impressed, man. Straight
I
up.
mean, 4 years is nothing. What 4? You said yeah. So like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
nothing. That's no
20,
time at all. You know what I mean?
20
Like
2017, the idea started, and the production started like the end of 2018, and then we dropped the first books the end of 2019.
nice.
I've been sitting on the Green Zone story I'm illustrating right now for like twice that long.
Yeah, man, it's dope that
Hey
you was
man, it's time
able
to
to.
put it out, man.
Yeah, he's gonna drop it
Working on
soon.
it.
He's on it.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I'll say, you know, the reason for the speed in our production was just watching the community, man. You know, seeing like
yeah,
FiveStar, that issue one was one of the issues I read before I put out, you know, my book, and I was just seeing how you guys market, how the community markets indie books, and you know, what I mean, so I took a lot of the strategies from the music
yeah.
business of
Mhm.
marketing and promotion, and I just put it into the comics, and it actually works better in the comics because it's a visual
Yes.
product rather than a
Mhm.
musical
And
sound product. You know what I'm saying?
and I found out real quick, and I'm sure you can attest to this. The hip hop game, there's a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's harder to work with people in the hip hop game. it's harder to. Everybody's so
It's way
competitive,
harder.
way more competitive, and they'd rather hate on an album than
Yeah.
appreciate. And I found that real quick in hip hop. It's like, yo, man, like if more people would just come together, especially locally, we could do a
Yeah.
lot more. But everybody wants to, they got that crab in a bucket mentality,
It's all about
and
me
Yeah.
getting mine,
yeah,
not
yeah,
us all making it.
and
Yeah.
you see less of that in the indie comic world. You still see it. It's not like
Oh,
it's
it's
not
a
there.
little bit, but it's not nearly as bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think what helps with the comic community is that you got the ability to kind of create your own lane. Like
yeah,
there's an audience for everything. Whereas in music, they're looking who sounds like the hottest thing, like who sounds
yeah.
like the next big hottest thing,
Right,
who
right.
sounds. You know what I mean, so they're always looking for somebody that sounds similar to who's the hottest, rather than in the comic industry. Some people are looking for something spiritual. They're looking for something cosmic. They're looking for something
Yeah,
street level. So
right.
you can always find your path. I think the real key to this business is the branding. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? How well can you brand yourself? Because I've read books that
Mhm.
weren't that good, but the branding was incredible. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
Oh
it
yeah,
drew me in. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I've
I
read
agree.
books that aren't that great, but they're selling lots of books because people are flat
Yeah,
hustling.
Yeah,
They're
getting
out
they're
in
there
front of
selling
hustling.
people.
the books
Yep.
everywhere they can. They're getting the name out all the time. They're making posts all the time,
Yep.
and
Yeah,
I respect the hustle. And
Yeah, you got to.
yeah,
You got to.
absolutely,
yeah.
All right, man. We want to thank everyone again for tuning in this Friday. Next Friday, we'll be coming at you again at 7 o'clock on the dot. So stay tuned for our next guest, and also stay tuned because we're going to go ahead and capitalize on the art challenge in the FiveStar group page and give you guys a challenge every week and see who can do some art challenges where we can showcase you guys' art right here on the show. Again, Lonzo, thank you for coming out
Yes, sir,
and
bro.
joining us. Everybody have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Like my man said, continue to be creative. Continue to be the best you. Keep evolving. Never stay in the same spot. Keep it going. We will catch you guys next Friday. Fish, you got anything you want to say? I keep pointing the
man,
wrong
I'm
way.
good. You said it all, man.
All
Keep
right,
working,
cool.
keep shining.
Keep grinding and shining. We're out. Peace and love.